Example, how you will use that one then.
So you'd say he opened his north and south.
He opened his north and south.
Mouth.
He opened his north and south.
Mouth.
That sounds something rude. Open his north and south. Okay.
好似有少少鹹濕嘅感覺。
係咯，我都覺得係。Hello， 各位你好，我係 Stevo。Hello，
I'm Mike. I'm Stephen's dad.
Hello， 大家好，我係 Faye。
咁今日咧，我哋就想講下某一啲英國人日常用嘅slang 啦嚇。咁啊，同埋有一啲咧係我完全未聽過，不過我爸咧話係成日有人用嘅。
咁好啦，大家如果中意呢條片嘅話，記住 like、subscribe，
同埋撳埋個鐘仔啊！
好啦，趁阿爸爸未教我哋英文之前呢，今日就想介紹 Lingoda 呢個網上語言學校。咁佢教嘅語言呢係有英文啦、德文、商業英文、法文同埋西班牙文。咁而家咧佢做緊一個好大嘅黑色星期五嘅優惠，就係如果你買去每一個月嘅 subscription 嘅話呢，佢頭一個月呢係有成50% 嘅優惠嘅。咁更加重要嘅咧就係而家你可以去上呢個免費嘅 Lingoda 嘅課堂。咁佢頭7日內咧，你可以去免費上3堂嘅小組形式，又或者1堂1對1嘅私人課堂。咁大家可以喺7日內咧去衡量下究竟咧 Lingoda 係咪真係啱你？7日之後咧先要俾錢。咁究竟 Lingoda 有咩好處嘅呢？就係第一，佢哋啦係網上嘅語言學校啦，咁所以咧係一個 Zoom class 啦，可以 remotely 咁樣去上堂。咁每一堂咧係60分鐘，亦都係咧由專業 native speaker 嘅老師咧去教導。咁亦都係小組形式咧，每堂咧只係會最多5個學生，或者佢有 one-on-one 呢個獨立課堂。咁佢最後佢個課程咧係由淺入深，乜堂都有。咁既然呢一集咧係講英文嘅 idiom， 咁我講翻2句先。咁大家啦就千祈唔好再猶豫不決 ，Don't be sitting on the fence， 亦都啦 The ball is in your court， 而家咧個權咧就喺你嘅手上去做呢個決定啦。Lingoda而家咁大嘅優惠咧，大家千祈唔好錯過呢一個嘅大減價。咁好啦，我哋喺資訊欄嗰度留條 link， 咁大家有興趣嘅話，記住用我哋呢個 link 去 sign up 啦。咁好啦，而家翻去咧睇下 Stevo 同阿爸爸咧教我哋一啲英文諷刺式嘅語言，又或者係常用嘅英文俗語。
好啦，咁呢一紮呢個 list 咧 of slang idioms 啦嚇，咁啊比較翻工啊或者同朋友啊日常會用啦，係嘛？So the first one we want to go through is keep in touch.
It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
So if you're, for example, if you're on holiday somewhere, and you meet someone for the first time, and
you get on fairly well, but you don't want to.
You're just being polite. So you say, keep in touch, or if you're passing by, pop in for a coffee or tea or something. It means, that you don't really want to see them, but you're just being polite.
Yeah.
即係呢個咧，其實好似喺廣東話咧，你撞到啲唔係好熟嘅朋友啊，得閒出嚟飲茶啦，得閒出嚟飲茶啦。咁其實咧就係咁解。咁所以咧，如果你真係一啲嘅朋友，你唔係真係好想同佢出去咧，你咧但係咧又好即係有禮貌嘅話咧，就話 keep in touch at the end 咁樣樣。
Okay. The next one. The phrase interesting, right?
It's the word.
The word. Yeah. So when we say interesting, that means 有時係有一個 negative nuance 係咪？
喺英國啦 ，interesting 啦，尤其是咧大部分人一就咁講一個字 interesting 啦，其實咧唔係解有趣咯，係反而 it means something weird, isn't it?
Unusual. Peculiar, something off the wall, something that you wouldn't normally, and it can apply to anything. It can apply to an idea or a situation. Someone might say something a bit weird, and you say, interesting, or.
But it doesn't always have to have a negative nuance, does it?
But it's most of time. 喺英國，喺英國你講呢個字咧，我10次有9次或者10次咧都係聽到係好 negative 嘅。係啊 ，unlike 咧喺美國啦，人哋講 interesting 真係 interesting 真係好有趣，但喺英國咧，人哋講 interesting 呢個字咧係其實負面嘅。
See, a lot of the English idioms are softer because people don't like upsetting people and they're trying to be polite. So it's this sort of innate politeness of English people. So say interesting rather than you're a lunatic or that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
解一解釋先。咁啊，爸爸就話咧喺英國咧，其實好多嘅 idiom 咧都係好有禮貌。英國人 in general 咧係好有禮貌，係唔想咧去令到任何人唔開心。咁所以咧佢啲字
唔係好似我好冇禮貌。So we try another one.
好啊。
Another one which is really popular. Not my cup of tea, or the one which is less common. Not my kettle of fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
呢個好 common 咧喺香港咧都係咩？唔係我杯茶係嘛？即係字面咁樣㗎，係啦。
係，其實廣東話都有呢個。係。
呢個好 common 嘅。
Yeah. So we were just saying, not my cup of tea, not my kettle of fish.
Yeah, I got that because you said that in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, it means not quite my thing.
反而 kettle of fish, I haven't heard very much.
That
Yeah, I heard a cup of tea all the time.
Cup of tea is more common.
咁下一個咧就係turning a blind eye。咁啊個意思係咧即係當睇唔到啊。Yeah.
I think the origin is really interesting because it goes back to Nelson. Nelson was blind in one eye.
Oh.
And he was in a battle and he saw there was like they used to do the orders by signal. Mm-hmm. And he looked at it with his blind eye. In other words,
I thought he got shot in the arrow. That's Richard III, isn't it?
No, you're talking about Henry. But anyway, but that's where it came from. So he turned a blind eye. He looked at it with his blind eye and he didn't see it.
Nelson's Column 嗰個即係倫敦有個石像嗰個咧，以前打仗嗰陣時咧 ，Nelson 咧就收到一個 order 叫佢做啲嘢，咁咧佢就用盲嗰隻眼咧睇，即係佢意思咧係扮睇唔到啦，係啦。Okay, so we just explained it.
No,
okay,
fine,
and the other version is bury your head in the.
No, being an ostrich.
Being an ostrich 係啊。咁啊 ，ostrich 中文係咩？
鴕鳥，
因為鴕鳥成個頭懟喺個沙度入邊嘛，就當睇唔到啦。Okay, so the next one, rub someone up the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
So rub someone up the wrong way. Do you?
Oh yeah. I mean that means you upset someone in some way or another.
But it's unintentionally, is it?
Usually unintentionally.
Yeah.
係好唔覺意地咧。
I guess the opposite is wind someone up when you're actually deliberately trying to upset them. You're winding them up. But if you rub them up the wrong way, usually it's unintentional. You do something that upsets someone.
係啊，即係你唔覺意咁樣咧，就得罪咗人。
係啦。
Rub someone up, but you're winding someone up 係你係真係想激嬲人哋嘅。係 It means you're doing it on purpose.
呢兩個都好好，其實呢兩個咧都成日聽到嘅。
下一個not treading on your toes.
呢個我未聽過喎。I haven't heard about this very often.
No, I would use an expression similar to that, which is not tripping over someone. So if you've got two people doing a similar job, you want to make sure that they don't repeat what's going on. So you do it, you make sure that each has got their own clear role to play. Doing something and it's causing a problem.
Okay.
Because you're treading on their toes, you know.
Okay. You're causing a problem. Okay.
And maybe inadvertently, but you're causing a problem.
即係你可能你阻住人哋做嘢，你係可能真係令到佢哋搞唔掂件事係咪？Next one, pop along, pop over 嚇。咁有時咧，如果可能有人invite 你過嚟去一個 party 嚇，即係你可能 invite neighbour 嚇。咁咧一個 open invitation，咁可能咧我會答，Oh yeah, I might pop along later, or I might pop over，係咯。
我覺得好 common，我就中意講 pop over 啦，係 pop over，yeah，係啦，比較 common 啲咯，係啊。
Do you use that?
Pretty much exactly what you said.
Yeah, pop along.
So it's informal. It's
爸爸識聽廣東話。
open invitation.
Your Cantonese has improved.
It's no, because most of what you said was English.
Is it? Okay. Right. I'm not trying to put words into your mouth.
呢個成日都聽嘅喎。I heard about this all the time at work. Yeah.
你返工你會點用啊？
好多時啦，即係 British are very very polite, right? But literally they want to say something， 即係佢想咧幫人哋講埋啲嘢，但係咧佢會好 polite 咁講，就話 I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but 基本上咧，佢就係想同佢喺度代表佢喺度講嘢。咁但係咧，英國人係要好 polite 噶嘛，so they need to declare that I'm not trying to do that 咁。
下一個咧就
But it usually means that you are trying to put words in.
Exactly,係啦。
Okay. So next one.有時咧，我喺 email 我成日會用嘅appreciate appreciate
我覺得英國人係濫用咗 appreciate 呢個字，亦都咧唔係 suppose 去咁樣用嘅。
其實嗰個字 appreciate。It doesn't really mean 你真係好感謝人哋做嗰啲嘢，個意思就係淨係 acknowledging 嘅，即係我知道你有做呢樣嘢，咁你個 lighter tone 咧，即係in a more lighter way 就寫 appreciate 咯。
係啊，喺公司咧 I do it at work all the time. People will say that 即係有好多人都會話。明明你放假咧，其實佢唔想你放，但係咧佢都會講到好好聽噶嘛。I appreciate you taking holidays, but
we've got a deadline to meet.
The word "but" in English is a very powerful word.
Okay.
And it's always
it is true.
Usually negative. So
very negative.
So usually someone would say, I'm not going to tell you what you should be doing, but, and then they tell them.
And then it's in bold.
Yeah, then they tell you. Yeah, it kind of reinforces it.
So when I learned English when we were little, 即係whenever you say right anything in front of the but, it means nothing.
No, it means nothing.
即係咧，你個 but 咧之前嗰啲字咧，其實咧係冇意思嘅。其實佢想你咧聽咧 but 之後嗰啲字嘅。
另外一個幾 common 我有時聽過咧，就 you can't have your cake and eat it. So how do you use that one?
So for me it means you've got to choose one or the other. You can't have both. Whatever it is, you can't have your cake and eat it because if you keep the cake, then if you've eaten it, you haven't kept it. It means you can't have both things. You can't have both. You've got to choose one or the other.
Okay. 即係咧，你唔可以攞咗個蛋糕同埋食埋佢嚇，咁即係如果你食咗
用廣東話解釋好奇怪咯，基本上。
如果你食咗個蛋糕咧，即係你代表你個蛋糕已經冇咗啦。
唔好用廣東話解釋，係唔好解釋用廣東話，好難。
咁應該點解釋咧？
冇啊，你唔可以兩樣都要咯，要是但揀一樣咯，好簡單地係啊。
OK 好。So another one which I haven't heard of. 仲呢個我未聽過嘅 but you said it's really common, right? Between the devil and the deep blue sea.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Oh, 未聽過。
Okay.
When do you use it?
How do you use this one?
So that means you're in a situation where whatever you do is wrong.
Okay.
You can't do it right. Whatever you do will be a problem. So you're stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea. The devil is the devil, and the deep blue sea means you're going to die. You're going to disappear into the sea. So
即係點樣都死㗎啦。
you've got no way out.
Okay. So it's like me trying to do housework for Faye, right? Whatever I do is wrong.
That's not quite.
That's not.
Okay, not quite the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
The next one, I put down. I heard it's pick your poison.
Usually it would be in a bar and you want a drink, so someone would say pick your poison. It means you choose whatever drink you want.
Oh, okay.
It means it's something bad for you, but you're gonna have it anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
So whether you have a beer or a brandy or whatever.
Okay.
So you just pick your poison. It's usually in a bar.
Okay.
即係喺爸爸就話喺酒吧嗰度咧，通常啲 bartender 就話，喂 pick your poison 咁樣，即係你想飲啲乜嘢嘢啊咁樣嚇，純粹係咁嘅意思。Nothing to do with poison 呢個字咯。
Okay. 好明白。Okay. Next one, digging a hole for yourself.
Yeah.
So
How do you use it?
So how do you use that one?
So
you put yourself into trouble.
You got into trouble, and then you're trying to explain and make excuses or whatever. You're making it worse and worse and worse. So you're digging a hole for yourself, and the more you try to make it better, the worse it gets.
Well, what about getting into a rabbit hole? Is it similar?
That's different, I think.
No, not really. That means you're getting into a trap.
You means you okay.
I think it means you're getting yourself stuck.
Yeah.
But digging a hole means you're making it worse for yourself.
Oh, okay,
You
okay,
just-
okay.
You know when you dig a hole, and the saying is once you start digging a hole, the best thing is to stop digging. In other words, shut up.
OK OK，頭先爸爸講咧就話咧digging a hole to yourself 咧就係越嚟越衰啦，搞到自己咁樣樣。咁啦，我頭先講嗰個啦，getting into a rabbit hole 啦，個 rabbit hole 其實係一個 trap 一個陷阱，咁所以咧兩樣嘢係完全唔同嘅嚇。
OK，呢啲我真係
I use rabbit hole all the time.
I mean I heard it in only that time I heard it is in Matrix.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
That's what they say in the Matrix, right? Okay. Anyway,
Anyway, yeah.
下一個pick your brains。
I use it all the time.
係，
我成日用呢個。
你有時咧，你可能想翻工，你想問人啲嘢，不過咧你就想同埋咧你想有時問人啲嘢，同埋攞下啲 idea，攞下啲靈感係嘛
Steal everyone's good ideas and use everyone's good ideas.
我有陣時問啲同事做嘢嘅時候咧，話 instead of 啦，can I get your help 啦，我有陣時會 can I pick your brain 咁，it makes it more casual and more more related.
It's a pretty common expression, so therefore it's acceptable.
I would just say, can I ask a question? Probably, I'll be boring.
It's slightly different.
It's very very boring.
Okay. All right. Next one. These ones I've never heard of for the life of me. Okay. The Cockney rhyming slang.
Oh, well.
Okay. 好啊，呢個我真係未聽過。Up the apples and pears.
What?
Up the apples and pears. 呢個咧即係 Okay.
Let me explain.
Okay.
So there's a whole language called Cockney rhyming slang, and it is
and Cockney is the
Cockney is a dialect of London speaking. I can't remember which part of London, but anyway,
It's more of an accent, or is it a dialect?
it's actually an accent, but Cockney rhyming slang is where you use a phrase that's completely unrelated to the word that they're talking about, but it rhymes. Like apples
okay.
and pears rhymes with stairs. So apples and pears means stairs.
So if I want to,
Like I'm going to have a dig in the grave. It means I'm going to have a shave.
okay.
It rhymes with grave, shave.
So how will I use it if I was to say 可能咧我想上樓梯 So how would you say that if I'm saying I'm going up the stairs?
I'm going up the apples and pears.
I'm going up the apples and pears.
Even
即係你想上樓梯
Even it's shortened. So I'm going up the apples.
I'm going up
Why
the
would you
apples.
say that? Why don't you just say I'm going up the stairs?
No, because it's Cockney rhyming slang.
Because it was cool 30 years ago. 即係
好有型係嘛？
3年前係好型啊
Maybe it's not cool anymore, but it still exists.
Okay.
咁 when you have a shave, then you will say 咩啊？
A dig in the grave.
I'm going to have a dig in the grave.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that, but I'm saying that there is a language called Cockney rhyming
Okay,
slang.
okay.
And before this, I was just looking on Google, and I didn't realise there's actually a translator on Google from and to. So
okay.
if anyone's interested, they
好啦，咁下一次咧，我同你講，我去睇 show 啦。I'm going to
Dig into the
I'm going to
grave.
dig in the grave.
Honey, I'm going to Apple.
yeah. Oh, honey, yeah, I'm going up the apples.
you could do with a dig in the grave anyway.
Yeah, I can do a dig in the grave.
佢真係要睇下 show 啦，係嘛？
Okay. Another, I never heard of this one. North and south.
Yeah, that's rhyming slang. Mouth.
Mouth.
你個嘴啊，係啊，OK，就叫 North and South。
So how tell me an example how you will use that one then.
So you'd say he opened his north and south.
He opened his north and south.
Mouth.
He opened his north and south.
Mouth.
That sounds something rude. Open his north and south. Okay.
好似有少少鹹濕嘅感覺。
係咯，我都覺得係。OK，即係佢
Something naughty。
係啊。
The day anyway.
Okay, that's really interesting. Okay.
好啦，仲有冇啊？
冇啦，係咁多。
係咁多啊，係嘛？OK，哇，今日都學咗好多嘢喎，係咪？
今日學咗好多嘢。
嚇，大家咧就用下呢啲 slang，如果 idiom 啊，應該咁講，呢啲 idiom 咧睇下用下啦，咁係啦，或者唔用嘅話咧都識得咧，至少咧英國人講嘅時候識聽。
We're just saying that they are all the idioms we went through today. They're all pretty good and something that everyone should be using every day. Would you say?
Some of them are a bit more obscure than others, and most of them depend on the situation. And but most of them, if people use them, they would be understood.
好啦，咁今日係咁多咯喎，係嘛？
係啊，希望大家覺得今日有趣啦，啲好咗嗰啲 yeah. We're just saying, we're just saying bye.
Okay, bye.
好啦，咁
希望大家中意呢條片啦，
記住 like、subscribe，
同埋撳埋個鐘仔啊！
拜拜。